Hello, Governor. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is another Bible study with us, and today we're going to be diving into Daniel and the Lion's Den. So if you haven't been with us for one of the studies we've been doing lately, we've been doing childhood Bible stories restudied as adults so that we can learn more about them and get all the details.
Enjoy the baby noises.
We have done a few of the other childhood stories like Jonah, Noah's Ark, David and Goliath. They're on our channel as well if you're interested in those.
So today we will be doing Daniel chapter 6 verses 1 through 9. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps.
That's why you needed your phone, because I was like, what's a satrap?
What is a satrap? Satraps were the governors of the provinces of ancient Median and...
Okay, so people in authority.
So governor.
Hello, Governor.
To be throughout the whole kingdom, and over them 3 high officials, of whom David was one, to whom these satraps would give account, so that the king might suffer no loss. Then this Daniel became distinguished above all the other high officials and satraps, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. Then the high officials and the satraps sought to find a ground for complaint against Daniel with regard to the kingdom, but they could find no ground for complaint or any fault, because he was faithful, and no error or fault was found in him. Then these men said, "We shall not find any ground for complaint against this Daniel unless we find it in the connection with the law of his God."
So between like interpreting dreams and just being a good consistent servant of the king, David had kind of made a name for himself. It says in verse 3, this David became distinguished above all the other high officials and satraps because an excellent spirit was in him. So I think that points out that it was evident that God was working within him.
So the commentary says that David had faithfully served the empire for almost 70 years.
That's a long time.
That is a very long time.
And then they throw him in the lion's den at 70-something or more than 70-something? All right, so then the last little bit of that she read talks about how the other satraps or people that were in a position of authority were jealous of Daniel. I almost said David. We're jealous of Daniel, and so they...
I'm pretty sure I said David in that.
If we say David throughout this video, we mean Daniel.
Yes,
every time.
I'm pretty sure I said David whenever I was talking about that.
Okay, so the other guys are jealous of Daniel, and so they have come up with an evil scheme to try to make him look dishonorable in the king's eyes. The last bit of scripture that we're going to do today is chapter 6, verses 6 through 9, and they say, "Then these high officials and satraps came by agreement to the king and said to him, 'O King Darius, live forever. All the high officials of the kingdom, the prefects and the satraps, the counselors and the governors are agreed that the king should establish an ordinance and enforce an injunction, that whoever makes petition to any god or any man for 30 days except you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, O king, establish the injunction and sign the document so that it cannot be changed according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be revoked. Therefore, King Darius signed the document and injunction."
So at this point, they're pretty much saying that they want Daniel dead.
The commentary says Daniel's faithfulness earned him some powerful enemies. Sure dang did.
Yeah, it did.
It says that they all came by agreement, so they had already like pre-planned this before they took this proposal to the king, which is really messed up.
Yeah. So in the scripture, it talks about how they wanted an ordinance to be made that no petition should be made to any other god other than...
I guess they're considering Darius a god?
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm going to read part of the commentary, and it says, "Darius likely viewed this law as a political rather than a religious edict, seeing it as a means of uniting the realm by identifying himself as the sole mediator between the people and the gods, the source of their every blessing."
Then it talks about the law of the Medes and the Persians, and that signifies that it can't be undone. Like once you say it, sign it, send out the decree, whatever they did back then, that the king had to hold to his word. Wouldn't that be bad to be put in a position that if you made a rule and then realized it was a bad rule, that you couldn't go back on it?
Yeah, that'd be awful. So we hope to see y'all next week to hear what happens next.
We also post videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays, we're doing weird Bible words, trying to figure out what they meant in the day that they were wrote so that we can better understand our Bibles, especially when we're reading the King James Version. The Friday videos are more of a fun, laid back, just us doing things that we enjoy doing, makeup, fashion, DIYs, food. So we hope you guys will come back for some of those. And other than that, we hope you guys have a good day. I still hope you guys have a lot.
Hope ya.
I hope ya. I really do. I really hope you have a good day. So I hope you guys have a good day, have a good week, and don't forget to shine. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.